force, I know it's hard to remember. All 1,980 members. That's why you have to go and collect them all. Tell your parents they can buy them at the mall now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Speeding Bullets Repackaged. I am Richie.
Richie!
I'm surprised I haven't
everybody.
made that joke before, or have I, and I just forgot.
Have you not made that joke before? I feel like you've made that joke before, just not in the last, 6 months.
I just realized...
That's my theory.
I need to... Something that's going to stop you from lagging a little bit is I still had not a torrent program running.
To professionalism, drinks beer. Hey, everybody. Thanks, Richie, for stomping all over me there. But it's your old pal, Tupper.
Yeah.
And it's time for your favorite toy show, Speeding Bullets Repackaged. The toy show with Pep. It is a massive, huge, extremely large episode. I don't know. That one got ahead. That one got way ahead of me, and I wasn't able to pick up the slack. But that's fine. That's fine. We have a big, huge, massive year-end episode. Lots of stuff to talk about this week.
Like a big dump?
No. Stop with that. This is the end of the big dump. No more big dump talk. This is it. This is the last show of 2025. This is end of the big dump. No more big dump talk. That's right. Buzz yourself,
I'm buzzing
sir.
you.
No. I deride your big dumping commentaries on this show. Welcome. Thanks for watching our show over here on the Tubes of You, the YouTubes. Boom. Oh, full of energy. We have so much stuff to talk about. Like this video. Hit that button. Subscribe to future episodes. We have so much stuff to talk about this week, and we have lots of stuff to talk about in the new year. Richie.
Let's get right into it.
Oh my God. Let's just go. Let's do it. It's the Coming Soon song. I talk through it each time. It's
Even
jazzy, it's funky. Makes it so much
Alright.
easier to do that.
The Coming Soon stuff, there is not too much. We got another image here of this McFarlane stuff that is coming up. The Black Canary, the Jack Nicholson Joker, Freddie Freeman, Captain Marvel Jr. or Shazam Jr. Did they call him Shazam Jr.? Is that what they call him? Or did they just call him...
I mean, they should just call him Junior.
Yeah, that's it. And then Vigilante.
I don't know what they actually call him.
Not the version of Vigilante that we want, though.
Well, not yet, no. The fact that they haven't made a Vigilante action figure based on Peacemaker is a bit of a crime. There's still time for McFarlane to make up for that while we are going into their final year of the DC Universe line. I have two thoughts about these figures. Number one, I'm intrigued. Number two, there's a big difference between this image and what we will finally get as the final images. So I really would like to see that, because I would love for this Black Canary figure to be awesome, but I don't know if it will.
Do you think the fishnets are painted on, or do you think they're like fabric?
Long pause for effect. I know that they're not going to be actual fishnets, but they should be.
It would enhance the look of the figure. I do need a Black Canary. I have a few green arrows, so I do need a Black Canary to go with that. The Joker, as it stands, and I know this is just like a digital rendering, so I'm giving it a lot of leeway at the moment, but the Joker isn't looking good as it stands.
We really again, it's great to know that this is coming, but it does nothing, because we need to see the figure. When they do the digital renders for like the G.I. Joe classified line or for Marvel Legends stuff, I feel like that's better because you can just get a kind of a taste of what they're going to do. McFarlane's a little bit more generic in their styling, so this just shows that it's coming and this is what it's going to look like. I'm fine with that, but it's really not a good basis of whether or not this is a purchasable addition to your collection.
It doesn't say like it doesn't want me to
What's this?
say that.
Why don't I own this? Why don't I own this?
But
What
maybe,
is that from again?
There Will Be Bud.
Yes. Right. Great. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so like I do like the knowledge that those are coming. I think I almost, because like I'm in a few Facebook groups and sometimes people will share this text image of upcoming McFarlane releases, and I almost prefer those lists as opposed to those digital renders because like it gives me an initial off-putting, kind of like with the the Page Puncher Superboy this year, but I got both of them, so
Yeah, I truly, I only think the digital renders work for the GI Joe classified line, and that's because they include the accessories that are coming with the figures as well. Whenever they do these digital renders for McFarlane, it's just like, here's the figure. It's gonna look sort of like this. I don't know. It's not enough of a tease. It's like the teaser to a trailer to a movie. Like, I don't love that.
yeah, those are annoying. But
I don't love that.
Sort of related because Supergirl and toys and stuff, but Supergirl trailer live today. Did you watch it? I sent it to you.
I did watch it, and I will say that in that instance, they've made teasers a little bit better because there is stuff that we do want to see, and there's stuff you do see in that teaser to the 2-minute trailer. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But these are like the teaser to the trailer, and that is just feels like several steps removed. So I'm not excited about what's coming up for those McFarlane figures.
It's like putting
yet.
up the storyboards.
I'm gonna need to see. I'm gonna need to see whether or not those fishnets are real fishnets, and that's gonna be a real factor that goes into it. And the last time a figure had fishnets that I remember was with the old DC Universe Classics line from Mattel, and you could see the big seam in the back, and it was not great. It was not great. So will McFarlane do fishnets? Will they paint them on?
Because they got the
I need to know.
Zatanna coming as well, and it's going to be the same question. So,
Richie, inquiring minds want to know. I want to know.
Now for something that I was initially a little cold on, but I am warming up to, puns intended.
We are terrible at this.
But the upcoming Ice figure, the head sculpt Tupper and I were discussing, looks really good.
Top notch.
I like the ice effects on the hands. I hope there's a few more. I doubt it, just knowing the way McFarlane does accessories. But this is probably going to be something I'm going to pick up. And I was thinking about it today because I have Fire and I have like Guy Gardner and Blue Beetle and Martian Manhunter. I can make a Justice League International. Almost.
You are getting close to the Justice League International. You only need a Max Lord figure, and let me tell you something, that is not coming.
Yeah. Unless they make a shotgun Max Lord figure, I would buy that. Just like I would buy a Steve Agee, what's his name in Peacemaker?
Economos.
A John Economos figure. I would buy a John Economos figure in a second. He is my kindred spirit.
It's true. If there was a character in all of television and film that was like close to you, that would be Economos, I would say. Listen, I do not think that we're ever going to get action figures for Economos or for Hargraves or for Adebayo.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever going to happen. Prove me wrong, action figure makers. It's definitely not going to happen in the final year that McFarlane has this license. They're scraping that barrel. Look, I do not think so. Listen, it's our end of the year show. We're also talking a little bit about what's coming in the new year. That'll be one in January. But I'm going to tell you right now, they're scraping that barrel. There is no way there's going to be some top tier action figures coming from McFarlane. I feel like 1 out of every 20 is going to be a solid gold, but I feel like they are dragging that train into the station. Mm-hmm. That's my opinion. I love to be proven wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be mostly garbage between now and the end of the year.
I mean,
sorry.
There are
Todd.
There are a few things that I like that are coming out. some stuff that we're going to go on to next, like this Superman and the Authority version of Superman, who in this picture kind of looks like Weird Al in the Fat video, in that face.
Yeah, what's up with this face?
Yeah, so I'm hoping this is going to be the case, like with the Superboy, where he looked really cross-eyed, and but minus the face. I love the Superman and the Authority costume. It is awesome. It is one of my favorite designs, and I know it's very simple, but it's like a clean, simple. It's got the Kingdom Come S with a black background, and yeah. So like, despite the face, I already know I'm gonna pick this figure up.
So I have this. I'm curious about this. Mainly because based on this and the ice photo that was posted, it really seems like they've stepped up their game in their production photos that they're using to tease upcoming figures. And thumbs up. But I do want to see more of how this figure looks, because I will agree with Richie. Kind of a cool looking design for the costume. But what's up with this face? If you guys get that reference to those old Mr. Plinkett Star Wars videos, we should be friends, because nobody understands that reference. But you should. They're probably still on YouTube. Go watch them.
Next up, figure that kind of looks basically like the same Flash that I got from like the video game Build-A-Figure set. Basically, but not the digitized look on the logo and everything. I'm not interested in this figure at all. I'm happy with all the Flashes that I have. I don't need this one.
Look at how dynamic this photo is. This is a great action figure photo. Yeah. Like, great job, McFarlane. You're really production photos are really stepped up here.
I have a feeling that some of those backgrounds might be AI.
Oh, well, that makes me sad.
That's what I'm here for.
Why did you have to ruin that for me, Richie?
Well, you ruined the Coke commercial for me, so.
It's all AI. McDonald's put out an all AI commercial, and so just as a side note, they put out a holiday commercial. McDonald's did, and in that they made a big deal of being like, it took us weeks to come up with the prompts in order for us to make this AI video. That was very average, and everyone slammed it, rightfully so. And then McDonald's took it down, and now I don't think they're doing any advertising with that AI video anymore. And really, this is how we need to treat AI. When it's garbage, we need to just say it's garbage, and we need to just put it out there so they stop making this AI slop crap. But back to the toy thing.
Although I'm wondering, because the only figure from that, because all of these figures were in a certain production photo, like the one that we showed before, and the only one from that photo that has not been revealed yet is Larfleeze. So I'm wondering if today or tomorrow we're gonna see a Larfleeze picture go up, and I'm just checking now, but there is not yet. So
it's not up yet.
That's the one I'm waiting for.
Prepare to be disappointed. Oh, I don't know.
I have a feeling that even if I have some quabbles with it, because it's Larfleeze and my only opportunity to get a Larfleeze, I'm going to get it. So,
but quibbles is the word you were looking for. Quabbles is not a real word.
Quabbles is my word. Moving on to some Hasbro. This is the Arctic Hiss tank, or just Hiss.
Yes.
G.I. Joe always has lots of great photos in their lineup, and it comes with a Hiss driver. Looks like it. I wonder if I bet you that bayonet on that weapon comes off.
I don't know. That's a good question. It probably does. It might actually, because I know with Monkey Wrench, which is a figure I absolutely have to get, it's hitting a lot of like top 10 lists for 2025.
Fighters Monkey Wrench in my head.
Don't wanna be your monkey. I can't sing any more of it.
Can you get that as a sound effect? So anytime you mention monkey wrench, I can just play that.
I'm gonna get demonetized. The spork that's on the end of his gun does come off for that figure, and I'm wondering if maybe it's the case with this one as well. Richie, I just want to say this out loud. I love the Hiss tank, and I love this winter Hiss tank. And if I had the space, I would want this, but I don't. It's just too big, but I love this so much. Cool. It's really great. I love that it is more of a made-to-order system too, where again, if you ask for it, they will send it out to you. This is kind of a nice and intriguing thing. Again, there's a higher cost to these things. I mean, this is a $300 to $400 toy. Yeah. It's huge. I would love to have this. I'm glad that they brought the Hiss tank design back for a winter version. This is great. But it's just not something I'm ever going to own because I just don't have the space. I don't have the money.
I feel
but
like
I don't
it should come with
space.
2 Winter Troopers. Is my oops? That's the next thing. I feel like it should come with 2 Winter Troopers for the price. Just saying. That's just me though.
You're just greedy. You're greedy. You want so much. It's not going to happen, buddy.
Yeah, so a little taste of G.I. Joe there. Oops, that's what I wanted. But we got a few Marvel Legends reveals, this being one of them. This is the only one that I haven't seen up for pre-order yet. This one's apparently an Amazon exclusive, just like the other Lizard one that came out, the No Way Home Lizard. But I did not get that one because I don't like that lizard. But I do really like the look at this one. This is kind of a more classic Kurt Connors look. I wish, and I know it doesn't, but I wish those mouths moved. And that's only because of my G.I. Joe love now, because of the things that move with G.I. Joes. And I don't know why they don't do things like that always with Marvel Legends. It's the same company, so...
They do sometimes. Are you sure the jaw doesn't articulate on
those
that
are 2 different
particular
heads.
figure?
Those are 2 different heads.
Yeah. I know that one's jaw doesn't move, but I thought that one might be. This is basically a repackaging of their Build-A-Figure from a couple of years ago, which is why you're seeing pins in the legs and arms, which we don't love. But the design, I think, is really strong. That classic McFarlane style lizard head, I think, is really what sells this. Not that one we're showing right now, the other one. Richie, put it up there. Yeah, that one. That's the one from when he was working on the Spider-Man comics. That's great. That's a really great sculpt. I think that's worth the price of admission alone if you're interested in this. But it is an older figure.
It is a classic Spider-Man villain that I do need. So when I do see it going on Amazon, the likelihood that I will pre-order it is extremely high. Now for a figure that I was like, this instantly, I said, this Spider-Man doesn't offer me anything that I don't already have. Tupper initially really liked it until he realized, what, Tupper? This No Way Home Spider-Man is...
I thought that this was the No Way Home figure based on the very end of the movie, and I was like, oh, I should get that. I would love to have that from his new suit that he has. No, this is fucking Andrew Garfield's design for his Spider-Man suit. And then I was like, there's no way. They do not include anything. This is the biggest bullshit cash grab that Hasbro has done in recent memory, and I'm sure they'll trump it in a week, but there's only 2 hands that come extra with this. No Andrew Garfield sculpt for $35 to $40. Yeah. Dear Hasbro, go fuck yourselves. That is garbage. That is shit. And everyone's calling them out for this, and they are right to do it. Come the fuck on, guys. If you're going to re-release this, you need to include those heads and give us incentive.
Give us something.
But
as someone that has a lot of Spider-Man, it has to have something that... It has to offer me something that the other ones don't, is my thing. So
yeah. But to put out a figure that was released and sold very well with the Andrew Garfield head, then to take the Andrew Garfield head away and then just re-release this figure is
maybe they lost
shitty.
The likeness
It's shitty. That's a Grinch move during this holiday season, Hasbro. What the fuck?
Yeah. You're a mean one.
No. No, I am anti on this, and I'm not the only one. That's going to be hitting Raw stores. That figure is going to be hitting Raw stores, and if you can get it for $10, that'll be great. We don't have Ross in Canada, and I'm going to complain about that later.
We need Rosses so we can get cheap, shitty toys.
Yeah, this is a huge disappointment, and I hope they take a loss on it. This one, though, kind of sexy.
Is already up at EB Games for pre-order, and yes, I have already pre-ordered it because it's a Hulk. And if you guys know anything from this show or in my fandoms, is that more likely than not, figures that I'm going to get are going to be Superman, Hulks, Spider-Man, Wolverines, and then from there it goes, and Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
But yes. Now I've heard some complaints that some of this body is just a reuse of a Shulky, a Green She-Hulk figure.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, it is. Most of it is reuse. It's a new head sculpt, but that's okay. It's a nice head sculpt. And honestly, this is where repaints work, because there was a red Hulk and they had a green Hulk and they had her done. This is what you do repaints for. So you can rebuy this figure with a different head sculpt with those size, and it's red. That's worth the purchase in my mind, especially because the body shape on this is actually really nicely done. So it's okay to have multiple versions of this body. You know, that's not the issue. I don't think anyone's complaining about this. This is good. I like this. This is a good job. This is repainting done right. Yeah. This is a remake done right.
I realize, and maybe it's because it came out after I prepped things, that I forgot the photo for the Rocket Red McFarlane that I meant to include in this episode, but it's not that great.
Failure. You're a failure.
But moving on, the redness made me think of it. But we got this Hot Toys Leia Organa, the Boosh disguise. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Boosh.
Boosh disguise. Yeah. No surprise that this figure from Hot Toys is just knocking it out of the park. This is probably one of my more favorite looks for Leia within the franchise. And this figure is... these are larger figures, right? These are 12-inch ones, the Hot Toys?
That is correct. 1/6 scale.
Even like if I had more room, maybe I would expand into that scale, but I don't, and these are super expensive, so I'm not.
$230 to $300. It is nice. That's a great likeness from the 80s for Carrie Fisher. Looks just like she does in the film. I mean, just well done work. But it's Hot Toys. That's if you know, that's what they do. That's their job.
I wonder
and when they fuck it up, we call them out for it. But this is not a fuck up.
Chewbacca actually has like fur, because it kind of looks like it does.
Yeah, no, it would. Of course it would, Richie. It's Hot Toys. Yeah, that's what they do. If you're spending $300 on a toy, you best believe if it's Chewbacca, it's going to have real hair. It's not going to be sculpted in. That's the price of admission, man. Yeah. That's what you pay those dollarinos for. That's right. Is that kind of quality work. So, but I don't have that kind of dollarinos.
Coming from Mondo Toys. Now, I when I grabbed these photos, I didn't. I don't remember why these specific bits are exclusive, so look it up because I forgot to include why. But this Skeletor does look fucking awesome, and just probably one of the more menacing Skeletors that I've seen, especially the jaw. They really got his fangs really well done. You'll see a better picture in a second. Like even in that picture, and with the jaw open a bit, you can see the fangs. They're very defined, even though they're small, and it's just a very nice looking figure.
The question here, Richie, is this the 1/12 scale or the 1/6 scale Mondo Masters of the Universe Skeletor? So that is this. Those are the 6-inch ones,
Yeah.
and I think that's why there's exclusives, is because the regular version of the figure just comes with the things that weren't blocked out in the squares, and there's an exclusive version that you can get that has those extra accessories. Again, even from a standpoint there of it being a 1/12, I'm pretty sure they start at $90 to $100, and I think the exclusive is like 120 to 130, so it's still a higher price point. I will say this though,
They fucking look awesome.
Love these. I would love to have these in my collection, especially because Mondo's doing the 1/12 stuff. Their sculpting is just so on point. Accessories are so on point. So this is, I would love to have these in my collection and add them, and also to see what their 1/12 looks like next to my series of 1/12 stuff. Great stuff from Mondo. It is still pricey, but sexy.
And that's
so sexy.
All of the coming soon we got for you, which means it's time for...
Oh, my earballs.
Shit Richie bought this week.
Yeah.
We punch you in the face with that one. Punch it.
I gotta catch you off guard, right? So, right, jumping right in. Also, folks, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Before we jump in, because I've been trying to find a way to step up my photos, because I haven't always been impressed with my photos, not the poses necessarily, but the background. My office is kind of untidy sometimes. You see that in the background. Plus, I got figures everywhere, and I don't want...
He's messy.
Yeah.
He's a messy bitch.
I don't want the figures in the background to take away from the figure that I'm trying to present. So at first I was looking at these like diorama things that I may still pick up a couple just to make some fun scenes from time to time. But then I sent Tupper this like $36 or $37 light box. I was like, hey, do you think this is a good idea? And he said yes. And so I got this light box, and now you're going to see an upgrade on the photos coming from me, a lot more clean and concise. I'm still learning how to use a light box, but it's a lot better. And I wandered into Nabima Collectibles the other day because I was like, oh, if anywhere local would have something like that, maybe they would. Unfortunately, they did not. But I did, however, see this Snake Eyes there. And I don't know why I'm gesturing other than for Tupper, because you guys are all looking at the screen. And so
it's how you talk, buddy. It's how you talk. It's fine. I do that too.
But great accessories here. Now this is the second one in the G.I. Joe classified line. So
that is correct. Number 2, the first one was the San Diego exclusive in 2020. I think that was what it was, or New York Comic Con exclusive or something like that. And it got a whole bunch of accessories. And then the first one, this is the very first official figure in the line, but the number 2 Snake Eyes, because they'd released one with more accessories. So this was also the first figure that I ever got from the G.I. Joe classified line. Nice. Was the Snake Eyes.
I'm very happy with it. Like, you can with the exception of the sword, like the larger weapon there, you can definitely see that they've upgraded how they do their weapons over time, from looking at that to now. But even then, you still have a removable silencer for it. But yeah, so Snake Eyes here. I'm just doing some various random poses and different zoom lengths to get a feel as well. Also, there's a hole in the top, so I can take pictures from up top, and I can maybe do some cool ones where they're looking up at the camera or something like that. So
just only use it for taking photos.
Yes.
You don't put anything else in that hole, Richie.
But yeah, so I am really liking this Snake Eyes. I'm surprised it was only like $39 plus tax, I think it was. So it's really
they made a lot.
Yeah.
They made a lot of these. I mean, there's some areas online where this guy costs more like the $60 to $70 range, but it is again, it's the first one. It was the one that basically launched the whole classified line. There are some differences. There's no blast port in the front of the blaster, and they designed it so everything could hang off of the figure, and the holes in the guns are kind of weird looking, but overall, I mean, this is still one of my favorite toys that I've ever gotten. I think they nailed it with this design. I think this is a perfect Snake Eyes design, and I think they've done some more retro tooling as the time has gone on. But like, this is what I was looking for from this figure when I first picked it up. I wanted to see an upgrade from the old, G.I. Joe toys from the 80s and the 90s, and this really did it. It's still one of my top favorite figures in the whole line. That's why I picked
it up. Like there are some more recent Snake Eyes out, and some of the more recent ones haven't quite grabbed me yet. But this one was like, man, this one looks, even though it's all black, basically, it looks really sharp. And I need Snake Eyes. So,
he's a ninja.
I need Snake Eyes. So,
next up, Snake Eyes. I will have many more Snake Eyes, and I will always have Snake Eyes as one of my favorite characters of all time.
Next up, I saw something cool on Amazon for $39, regular like 70 some odd bucks, and I decided I didn't do the box with the Snake Eyes because I had already opened the Snake Eyes by the time I got the light box, but I figured like now when I present things I can actually do a box image as well. I don't know if people actually care about that or not, but I'm gonna do it.
Oh, so. They do. We should really be doing an unboxing at some point. You should be Richie unbox this week, and then we just watch you unbox a thing, which I won't find interesting, but the internet will.
Yeah, I could always record those separately and then add them in. So
I love that, so I don't have to do shit.
Here's the accessories that come with it. Morbius's capes on the right-hand side. You only get a couple hands for the six-armed Spider-Man, which is actually Peter Parker, not like the other Dark Avengers six-armed Spidey that I got, which is actually AI APEC. But I'm not going to delve too much into the differences between the two six-armed figures yet. I'll save that for a future episode where I'll do a little compare and contrast between the two of them. But here is Morbius. Oh, and if you listen to Speeding Bullets at Podbean or anywhere else you get your Speeding Bullets Reloaded, to anywhere else you get your podcasts, you'll know that we shit on Jared Leto. And just before recording this, Tupper, I found 4 possible sounds to use when we shit on Jared Leto, and I figured this would be the perfect time to test them with Morbius up on the screen. These are different scenes of Jared Leto screaming in Morbius, and Tupper gets to pick the one that we use to shit on him. This is number 1.
Nah.
Yeah, that one was a little too, actually, like, he sounded aggressive. I didn't think that was a good fit.
It's better.
Yeah. Yeah. And then...
just that part.
Yeah. I think, you listen again at the beginning, there's a bell with it because he hits something. I think the next one might be it. Because it's so long and annoying.
Yes, of course you would pick the long and annoying one. That's way too long. My pick is the second from the second audio clip. But in that last one, that part, just that part. In that last, not that one we just played, but in the last of the audio clips Richie recorded, it does sound like he's auditioning to be in a death metal band.
Yeah, it does. This is where I took a picture from the hole on top of the box.
Okay, throw in the hole.
You got a good perspective. These photos, I gotta say, I'm really impressed. Are really clean. I'm impressed with myself on how they look, and it does come with multiple colored backgrounds because you'll see later in a photo that I did. Of course, not all figures are going to look good or work well on a white background, like that Iceman that I just got. But these ones do. Here is the 6-armed Spider-Man. I did love that part, that Sega in the comics, and that Morbius part, and where he did have the 6 arms. So,
yeah. Classic Spidey story.
They I'll say until I review or compare contrast the two of them on a future episode is they definitely learned things that they did wrong with this figure and the application of the Dark Avengers Spider-Man.
So what are those 2 red marks on his arm? Are those the pins?
Those are the pins, yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's not great. But this figure is like 4 or 5 years old,
exactly.
Something like that. So,
but I figured it's an older figure. It was a 2-pack that I'm getting for $39. I can't kind of go wrong on that. Here's another picture from above. Also, the clear stands that you can.
Shawshank moments.
Yeah,
look at him. He's having a Shawshank moment.
The clear stand that you can faintly see underneath. Those stands will work very well for photos in this light box and not detract from the photo too much. So and if I was better at editing photos, I could probably even scrape that out, but I'm not.
Nobody cares about that, Richie. No. Nobody cares about the scraping out.
And here you got a little bit of the sidewall of the box, but oh well, that's the best I could get this perspective of both of those characters in. So
looks like Spider-Man's giving Morbius the middle finger.
That's what I was trying to go for.
Hey, fuck you, Jared Leto.
Yeah. So I actually I hummed and hawed on that figure for like 2 or 3 days after I sent you the photo in the group chat, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna fucking get this because I got the light box. I ordered the light box. I'm like, you know what? I gotta get this because would be perfect along with the snake eyes to test the light box with. So.
I agree.
Now, I didn't know what banner to use for the next segment other than review, so we'll put up the review banner.
Yeah. Superhero-y. I mean, what is the next segment?
It's the Christmas photos. It is our Nerd-tivity scenes. You are Richie, the one that decided the order of this, and I will have everybody know that Tupper doubted my ability to have any Nerd-tivity scenes prepared for when we would do this. There's video evidence of your doubt. There's video evidence, and I made 3.
I didn't doubt. I questioned. There is a difference. Questioning is not doubting. Doubting is not questioning. There is a difference. I questioned. I questioned it. Don't throw shade. Yeah, that's right. Scream all you want, Leto.
So I think I did. If I remember right, but we'll find out as I click on them. I think I did Tupper's and then mine in the order. So.
It's a little holiday experience for you today. By the way, also, Richie, I would have happily done a specific design for this segment if you had reminded me, but you didn't. So that's
I thought about reminding you, but I forgot to remind myself to remind you.
Weed. It's a hell of a drug. So this is part of my my holiday display. I have 3 of them. You're going to see them all. This is the start of the G.I. Joe little G.I. Joe Christmas party, or for the Cobra Christmas party, I guess you'd call it. They're having a good time. They got some gifts.
Oh, that's the other thing. I have names for all 3 of my scenes, just like I did last year.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, there you go. This is a Cobra Christmas party.
I guess.
Cobra Christmas party. Everyone's having a good time. I love the bat feeding alcohol to Torch there. Mindbender's going through some stuff. Storm Shadow got a skateboard. This is my favorite thing. I took a coat that I had for Baron Zemo from the Marvel Legends line, and I put it on Cobra Commander.
I was like, why don't I have that coat?
Yeah. It's because it was part of the Baron Zemo figure. he comes off, so I put it on in Cobra Commander, similar to a look he has from the cartoon. And I was like, why is that hat on top of the Christmas tree? That's not where a hat goes. That was pretty good.
Oh,
That's pretty good. Also, I love this one because you have Scrap Iron playing with a drone, and you also have Firefly playing with a drone, and that was my favorite setup there. They're look at them playing away, and of course we have the Dark Side Christmas, which is something I do every year, which is the stormtroopers giving gifts to Darth Vader and him being perplexed by it every year. This is the Santa Lego that I put together. It must have been like 7 or 8 years ago. Richie, you did this, didn't you? Did you?
Did I?
Did you? No, it's my brother who also did a Christmas Mario out of Lego.
Yeah. It's like no, I don't recall making one of those. But yes, I was gonna say that looks very much like a Mario. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's Santa Mario. This is my regular Nerd-tivity scene that I put. I put a couple of extra angels in because I have more winged characters this year. But as usual, you have your three wise Logans and the Snake Eyes and Scarlet as the Mary and Joseph, and the Mando is there. Baby Yoda, Baby Grogu is the baby Jesus, and there's some animals who are also witnessing the birth of our Lord and Savior, Baby Grogu. And that's the joy there. And this, of course, is the villains caroling scene where everyone's dressed for the occasion, and the alien, the big chap alien, is belting one out. What song he's singing, I don't know.
I think
what
he's
child
singing
is this?
Fairy Tale of New York.
I mean, sure. And of course we have a little Spidey's arguing over what they're going to do with Santa's sack. Flash is running, and a little Santa hat for what are you chuckling over?
The Spider-Man arguing what they're going to do with Santa's sack.
This sounded dirty to you? Yeah, I put a little Christmas hat on my Xanatos figure from Gargoyles, and this is how I
like
celebrate
that Flash,
the
the skating Flash, so to speak. I kind of want to do that with all of my Flashes next year now. So I want to make a rink of skating Flashes.
That would be actually very funny.
Moving on to mine, we have the Carolers. I know this one's got a poor name, but just the Carolers. You see, we have Batman, God of Knowledge, and Lex Luthor in Superman armor, but kind of in his Dark Side era. And you've got Christmas tree. You've got AI APAC holding up a couple caroling books for the two different Deadpools that are there. Yelena's there as well. Iceman has got a hat on there. And
really blocking his vision.
Yeah, Spider-Gwen. And then, there's the Christmas Chucky sitting in the background as well. Just because I needed to use him, and I couldn't use him in the other scenes for reasons that you'll learn later. So he was just plopped into that one. Little murderous Chucky in Santa scene. So
we gotta get you some smaller caps. Those are huge.
They are huge. I do need smaller caps. It makes them look kind of goofy, but it's Christmas, so it's all goofy anyway, right?
In one of mine, you couldn't really see it, but I took the Santa hat and put it on Apocalypse's head and slid it all the way down as though it fell on his head, and everyone's like, "Oh, buddy, you're having a hard time. We're gonna help you out with this."
This one I call the Cobra Christmas Chaos. There's a bunch of cobras in Santa's sleigh there who have run over Snake Eyes in the sleigh. And then a bunch of Joes on the outside.
Or Snake Eyes.
That was a last second detail. I'm like, oh, what would work awesome? And of course, I had to include Budo in the scene, and I'm sure you'll learn for two reasons why later on in this episode. And then,
this is fun. I like that. I love this. This is very, very fun.
And then my favorite one is my classic Nerd-tivity scene. You have Mary and Joseph portrayed by Jade and Kyle Rayner, who were once a couple in the comics, with a Chucky as a baby Jesus. all the animals that I have. I took the picture before I put Raptor's little falcon in there, so the falcon is up there now. It's just too lazy to retake the picture. The shepherds are the Green Lanterns, and then the three wise men are Jason, Freddy, and Ghostface, because they bring frankincense and murder, which is the name of this scene: frankincense and murder.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. I have no notes. This is good stuff. I mean, you're totally copying me, but that's fine. That's fine. You brought your own flair, and the flair is there. It's very flary, and also you use the penguins from the Batman line. Yeah, this is very festive.
Yeah, and
this is very festive.
I used
Richie,
some random things like that's the sorceress's not baton,
staff.
But staff that Simon Baz has there as his shepherd's stick, and Jon Stewart has a weapon from Jason. And I think Guy Gardner has Evil Lynn's staff as his shepherd's stick. So yeah, this one is the one that I am the most happy with out of all of them. So
I think the only thing it needs is some lights.
Yeah,
that's it. I would add some Christmas lights in some way, shape, or form. That's it. That would be my only addition. But 10 out of 10, no notes.
Yeah.
Well, that one note.
Yeah.
So 9 out of 10, one note.
9.5.
Yeah. Well, it's my ranking.
I gave myself
it's my
0.5.
ranking. What do you want? Fine.
I should have also, instead of using this, asked Tupper to do something for like top 10 figures of the year, but instead I'm just gonna count down from 5. Because we're going to start talking about our top figures of the year. These are the top figures that we, I won't say purchased, I'll just say got, because not all of them we purchased ourselves. But they are released this year, all of these ones
yes.
in this. We're going to start off with our honorable mentions. And I believe the way I've done it is I've done you, me, etc. So, Will.
Now, I will also say that I'm sure there are other figures that came out in 2025 that may be equal to or better than what we're talking about here. This is just the stuff that we own. I know sometimes when people do these review segments or best ofs, they will talk about stuff that they do not have. I do not like doing that because I need to hold it in my hand and move it around.
You can't form an opinion on something that you don't you haven't actually seen and held yourself. It's like movies and television and books, comic books. You can't form an opinion unless you watch it yourself. So
absolutely.
That being
this
said,
there
are a couple decisions that I made for my top 10 that I'm like, I'm not going to include this, probably. I'm like, because I'm pretty sure Tupper's including this, so although we do have some crossover, I wanted to minimize the crossover as well. So just to keep it interesting.
I mean, it would be terrible if we both picked the exact same number of figures.
So Tupper's first honorable mention.
I love this Weapon X Wolverine. I have some issues with it, but I think overall it is a very nice looking figure. I think it makes a very nice statement on your shelf, and I think they did a really nice job here overall. Mm-hmm. I could not include it. Again, those claws
I'm not
happy.
Great. It's not that I'm not happy. The criticism I have with this one is that the claws, just like the X-Men 97 Logan, do not stay in the hands very well. If you're going to do removable claws, and they've done them well on other Wolverine figures, they got to stay in there good for schlubs like me. So...
But this is also an interesting thing to mention, is that I don't have any problems on that front. Yeah. So this is a quality control thing. Sometimes you're going to get figures where XYZ thing doesn't work for some people. I know some people have had that problem with the Crystal Ball figure that Hasbro put out this year, exclusive through Walmart. Wish I had that one. But yeah, so that's why this is on my list. I don't have any problems with the claws on this one. They're great for me.
Yeah.
So that's why it made the honorable mentions.
Actually, I guess I did all of your honorable mentions first, because this is yours.
A little bit of Dr. Mindbender. I was super happy to get Dr. Mindbender in my collection. He was originally a more deluxe figure that was available through Hasbro Pulse and convention exclusives. They finally put him in the retro line. I love the design. It's very simple, very straightforward. A great figure, but just missed out on being in my top listings by a hair. But I still wanted to draw attention to it. This is great. I'm super happy to have this.
Nice. Oh, I guess I did 2 and 2 because, or maybe I missed, or maybe I missed my, or maybe I missed my first, maybe I missed my first honorable mention because, which I will fix at some point. But yeah, anyways, because this was supposed to be my second one. But this Gamerverse Venom, I was super happy with. Not exactly happy with the price because it was a bit more on the expensive side, even for a larger figure. But overall, I like that the Venom tendril effect is actually a separate attachment arm that you put on, so it doesn't make it look hokey. The teeth. Or the teeth and tongue and the saliva effect looks really cool, and then so it's just a really good Venom figure that I had to put in my
Chonky.
It's bugging
that's
me
all
now.
I have to
Where
say.
There's my first one. I did include it, so there we go. We'll do my first one now. The Dracula Shredder crossover.
Matter? It doesn't matter, Richie. It's honorable mentions.
Exactly.
They're not listed.
Honorable mentions. Well, you got 2 before I got them. No.
Whose fault is that, Stony?
Yes. So this Dracula Shredder is awesome. It's led me to want Budo, who we've talked about a lot on this podcast already, which then led me into the G.I. Joe line, which I now have a shelf of. So it definitely deserved an honorable mention on the list this year. So, oops, that's you. That's my second one. Now we'll go to Tupper's honorable mention number 3.
Little Asbats for you, little Asbats version 2, I guess you would say, because there is another Asbats version, which that one did come out in 2024, so it didn't make this list. And also, I wouldn't have put it on this list anyway because the color schemes were often great figure, bad colors. McFarlane, no. This one though, perfect colors, yay. And this one didn't make my regular list because it should have come with a bunch of extra hands, and also he's kind of limited with his posing because of those cool things on his back. But man, it's such an imposing figure. They really nailed all of the elements of it that I was looking for. Could have had more accessories, but I think it's great. I love the look of this one. I'm really happy to have it. It's top-notch stuff.
I've considered picking up the red version. Because that
I think you should.
Well. Because I do like the red version, so I think if I do come across it in the wild again, then I will pick it up. And I think maybe my Walmart might have it, so I might go check.
Yeah, I really this would have, I think, easily made my top 10 if they had come with claws splayed, but they didn't because McFarlane hates you.
That's right.
And me and all of us.
Next up, and you can see now that I have a black background for my light box. I had to include this Iceman, even though I just recently talked about it, I think last episode. This figure is how you do a frosted or see-through or opaque character correctly.
Agreed.
It is such a great job, and I couldn't not include it as an honorable mention because they did the frosting so well, I guess I would call it.
Frosty Iceman charms. They're magically...
Not the frosting that you lick. Just... And Tupper's last honorable mention.
Peacemaker almost made it into... Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that, Richie. Right in my ears.
I need to turn that
Peacemaker,
one down.
You need to turn that one off, is what you need to do, and find a better one. Find a Cena quote from the fucking show. Jesus H. fucking Christ. So Peacemaker almost missed the list of the top 10. I had him on it for a bit, and I was like, that arm thing that I talked about extensively a couple of episodes ago really does stick in my craw. So as great as the Cena sculpt is here, as great as the helmets are, as great as the look of this figure can be, those arms and the shitty sculpt that they ended up doing for the articulation really moved it down off of the top 10 list. But I do want to draw attention to it. This is how your portraits should be moving forward, McFarlane. Great job. Great Cena likeness. This is nice.
Yeah.
Could be better, but nice.
Totally agree on all of those points. This was going to be one of my honorable mentions, but I was like, you know what, Tupper's including it, so I'll put other stuff in for variety. And I did. So, because my last one is the Megazord that I got. This does not fit in the light box. It is way too big for the light box, so this is like on the shelf that is on top of the shelf, which is near the ceiling. This was such a fun thing to go out and buy and build all the Zords and have the Zords solo for a few days on my desk, and then building the Megazord. Still waiting for the Power Rangers Reignition box set of these all 6 Rangers, like the original 5 plus the Green Ranger, that's coming. The weird thing about the Reignition line and EB Games is none of it shows up for pre-order on the website. It doesn't show up on their website till they actually have it in store. So then my EB, they're like, we don't know either. So, but they know that I want that box set. So if it comes in, they're gonna just hold it for me. So,
and we will talk about it here when that happens.
True story. All right, so moving into Tupper's number 10.
So, the Batman 89 is not a perfect figure, and honestly, if I had gotten the Batman 92 for Batman Returns, that would be where it would be, is right here in the number 10 spot. I did not get that, at least as of yet, and I do like this figure, mainly because of the accessories that come with it, and that it does do a really good job of representing Batman 89. So even though this is a flawed toy in a lot of ways, I still really, really like it. And I think it still is a very nice figure, and it does a really nice job of representing the film. So great job. I gotta get that 92 Batman, though. I gotta, because I'm telling you, when I get
that's
that,
nice.
If I get that, it's going to replace this.
I'll let you hold mine.
Yeah, that's it. As far as I'm concerned, based on all the images I've seen, 92 Batman is the Batman figure for 2025. But until I get it, this is a close second, which means it's on my list at the number 10 position.
My number 10, a figure that I almost didn't get this year because of a whole debacle of a shipment of Supergirls. Supergirls
they were stolen.
My pre-order from EB Games still did not come in. Where did I see this? Did I see this at a con? Was it at Montreal, or did I order it? Either way, found it online for a good price, or I saw
you found it online.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? It was a little bit more than I wanted to pay for it, but I didn't want to pass on the chance to actually have it. Perfect timing as well, because Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, the series that this figure is based on, is also what James Gunn's inspiration is heavily Supergirl's is heavily inspired by Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. So I had to include it, and I also had to include Mo's stands in the background again, because I finally mounted them, and you can kind of see Dick Bats coming in the scene there.
I'm still hoping that they honor the pre-orders for this and it shows up in your account someday and you're like, all right, I guess I will get it, because you know who wants one? This guy. Exactly. This guy right here. I would happily take that. And to be honest, I mean, it's been 6 months, 7 months since that whole debacle happened. I don't know if they're ever going to re-honor their pre-orders for this figure, but I mean, my guess is probably early 2026 you might actually see proper stocking on this toy in shelves. So I might still get it.
Yeah. And if for whatever reason the people involved in the theft are watching this, fuck you.
Yes, I know that thieves tend to go to us for their YouTube toy watching needs.
That's right.
Number 9 on my list is Darklon from the G.I. Joe Classified line. This is such a weird toy, but he is so cool. It's so dynamic, so interesting, so bizarre. But the accessories for this guy are great. The different head sculpt is great, even though this is the head sculpt he's going to stick with. Again, posability is on point. I just love that they made this and that they took it from a very average toy when it came out in the 80s to something that's really interesting to see on your shelves. So I, again, can't believe that it's basically a 1-for-1 of the weirdness of the 80s toy. And for that, we got to honor it. This is great. Great job on this really weird figure that is Destro's cousin. But thank God they made it, because he's cool. He's a cool guy. I like him a lot.
Yeah. To note, I almost confused him and another person on your list when I was putting them up, but I double checked my work and didn't. So. My number 9 is the Platinum Edition of the Christopher Reeve Superman, which is basically drunk Superman, because this is from Superman 3. Yeah, Superman 3. After he's affected by the red kryptonite and he's sitting in the bar, heat visioning the mirror, the bar mirror, and flicking peanuts all over the place. Funny thing about this is when I first got it and snapped a picture and sent it to Tupper, I looked really quick. I may have been stoned and I didn't realize it was the platinum. And so then when I went to open it, I was like, oh my God, this is the platinum version. I did later on go back and get the regular version. But this one is the one that I wanted to put on the top 10 list because it is awesome.
I want to make sure everyone just is aware that whenever Richie says I may have been stoned, he was definitely super stoned. Just so we're clear, it'll come up again. Just remember, I may have been stoned. He was totally stoned, super ass stoned. It's a nice toy though. This is nice. This is nice work. Yeah. Love those muted colors.
Yeah, they did really well on it. Tupper's number 8.
Here he is. We talked about it at great length this year about how when this figure came out, it was going to appear on top 10 lists. And honestly, yeah, that's why he's here. So this is your photo, though. This is not mine.
Oh, that is true. I put in your photo.
It's fine. My photo's better. But it's fine.
I wonder if on mine, because he's later in the list on mine as well, because he is the one that I did include. I wonder if I put your photo on mine.
That would be hilarious. You know what though? That again, this was a great pickup, and I love the cape. The only negative I had for this poor guy is that his hands, his regular non-robot hands, were too big, and that's just a minor quibble. I've actually stuck a smaller black hand from a gloved figure on the shelf for him, and he's great. I just love the look and feel and design of this toy, and the sculpting is really what sets it apart. And yeah, it's great. They did an impeccable job here with this guy, but not my favorite. You did fix it on the fly. Proud of you. But it is not my top McFarlane figure of the year. Number 8 on my top 10 list, but not the best McFarlane figure of the year. That one is to come.
My number 8, we've got a little super string going on here. The face sculpt for this Bizarro is fantastic. The picture doesn't even do it justice. It is it's a combination of the way that they've sculpted it and painted and shaded it to make it look just fantastic. The S is a little bit shiny. It's got the Bizarro number 1. And and this wired cape as well, so you can't go wrong with that.
It's that face sculpt, man. That face sculpt just really skyrockets this toy to the upper echelon of quality.
That's right. Tupper's number 7. Still going super strong.
Here you go, man. This is it. This was my pick for the best McFarlane toy of 2025. Superman from the movie Superman. Again, great head sculpt. Love that wired cape. Just proportions were spot on. Comes with extra hands. Crypto is the icing on the cake here. Crypto is, again, not posable, but it's just a perfect representation of Crypto.
It's a great representation of Crypto. And because it is cute, we'll let the non-articulation slide.
Yeah. I mean, again, this is really great work, and I think when you're looking for movie tie-in toys, you want them to be this good. And since I didn't get any of the Batman '92 stuff, and I just again love this. I mean, again, I'm not a big Superman guy. That's Richie, but I really enjoyed the different poses you can get out of this. I enjoyed a lot about this figure, and he comes with a bunch of different faces as well. This is good stuff. It is really, really well done, and it does make me love the movie even more by having it in my collection. So great job.
I do really enjoy this figure. I love it. This is one of the choices I made to not include on my list for the sake of variety, just because. But it is an amazing figure, and I love it. I also have the battle damaged version, which is pretty awesome. My number 7 is the Red Lantern Guy Gardner. We got 2 Guy Gardners this year, one being his normal Green Lantern one, and this Red Lantern one. The difference, because it's funny because the way that the head is, like, there's some of the shading on the Green Lantern one that is really noticeable. But
He talks about that, yeah.
But on the Red Lantern one, it doesn't show up as much, and I think that's because you're distracted by all of the bright red in your face, and it just mixes a lot better. But yeah, Red Lantern Guy is one of my favorite Green Lantern decisions ever. It was a great run when he was a Red Lantern. It made sense.
I gotta say, I'm still bummed I didn't get that Guy Gardner regular Green Lantern, because your review, even though there was a difference in the colors between the ears and the face, I just thought it was a great.
It's a great figure, and that's
toy.
And like in that one, like if you have, like, I'm looking at it now, like looking at it from a distance, you can't tell, and it's like when you're getting in close and you're taking pictures and stuff, it's really noticeable. Yeah. Moving to Tupper's number 6.
Frag Viper, this was always going to appear on any list as long as it was done right, which they really did knock this one out of the park. I don't love the big chonky tube because it is, I feel, going to get broken as time goes on with it, but everything else here is way better than I was expecting, from the little gun accessories that fit on his side holsters. The highlight throwing of the grenades device itself is super cool. The backpack is ultra detailed. But the big thing here is the fact that you can take the mask off. The mask is perfect, and you can take the mask off and have that, like, cybernetically engineered looking face underneath. I mean, all you really want from these toys is multiple ways to display them, and whether you have helmet on or helmet off, this is top tier work. I loved the Frag Viper as a kid. It was one of my favorite Cobra enemy figures, and this is it exceeded my expectations. I love this guy. He's fantastic. Number 6 on my list. Is that right?
My number 6 is the Maximum Hulk. There was 3 Maximum figures released this year. The Maximum Hulk, the Maximum Spider-Man, and the Maximum Deadpool. This is the second one that came out, or was it the first? Second one, yes. Spider-Man was first, then the Hulk. It's got so many great accessories to go with it. Great heads. This is my favorite one to have, the screaming and having the clapping hands and the effects, I guess the whooshing effects from his clap. He is a little bit difficult to stand sometimes, so I did get him when I have him on my shelf, he's got 2 McFarlane stands underneath him to help with stability, but I was able to get him to stand without them for this photo. So.
Has there been any further peeling or damage to his soft chest?
No, and it was just that one part in the neck, and it came like that. And yeah, it was only like you can only see it when you take the head off because it's up in that area. So, but otherwise, it hasn't, and like it's not like I'm sitting there like fiddling with it anyway. So, you know.
I mean, you have better things to fiddle with in your time.
That's true. Severs number 5. Speaking of Maximum, and I chose the Maximum, even though I love the Spidey too. I did the Hulk for a reason because I wanted to showcase both.
Yeah, Maximum Spidey. Again, we certainly had our quibbles and qualms with this figure, but again, this is a fantastic, spectacular, amazing Spider-Man figure, and their articulation is great. Yeah, there you go. Oh. I thought it was a funny joke. Again, I really appreciate when they go above and beyond with things. And yes, this was a pricier figure, but honestly, as far as this figure goes and the design of the figure goes and what it comes with, even though some of those accessories are pointless and weird and I question the sanity of people over at Hasbro. This is a great toy, and I think it's going to be hitting a lot of people's lists in some capacity just because it is really well articulated. It's a really nice design, and it's really nice to have it on the shelf and include it.
The arms too, the butterfly joints and arms really do make a difference.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't even gone through exactly what I can get away with this toy. I figure there's going to be some really cool poses that are going to come down the road with other things that I'm doing when I'm putting him in different shelves and spaces and everything as I go through. So, yeah, he deserves to be here. It's a nice toy.
Yeah. My number 5 is where I put the red cyborg Superman from Revenge of the Green Lanterns. I did get both of the cyborg Supermans this year because I am the Superman guy, but this one is definitely the better of the two, and it's silly to think that just changing the paint would do that, but it is true. A paint job can make all of the difference in a figure. So.
I love this guy. I love this guy, and it's really nice when we talk about being excited for a toy to release and then get it in hand and have it match in many ways our feelings on it. Yeah.
Also,
like that, honestly, that's Spider-Man too. Like both this one and Spider-Man were ones where we knew they were coming and we're like, I think this is going to be cool. And we open them up and like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Not pictured here, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it because I've excessively mentioned it before. It is very important that they included the knee hole. So.
I mean, I don't love that they reduced the articulation in that area by including the knee hole, but you know what? I will give it the point for the knee hole.
That was number 4.
Number 4 is the Battle Armor Cobra Commander. Now, is this one of the best figures in the G.I. Joe Classified line this year? Probably not, but this was one of my favorite figures as a kid, and honestly, as an adult, I really feel like they stepped it up, and they made it better than the version that I had as a kid, and I think that's really what we look for as we collect these things moving forward. Some people are like, I wish it was the armor was more chromy and more reflective, like Destro's mask, like the other Cobra Commander's mask. I don't really care about that. I care about the sculpt and the design and the look. And to me, this is an upgrade in every way, shape, and form from that original figure from the 1980s.
I may be mistaken, but I don't think this armor is meant to be as shiny as those masks.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I'm looking for. And if they ever put out a version of this where the armor is super shiny, I might get that too. But this exceeded my expectations in all ways. The multiple hands, the beautiful gun, the cool backpack, the weird inclusion of a iguana lizard that has articulated arms. I don't know what you're looking for in toys, guys, but like to me, this is exceptional work. And the extra even comes with an extra head with lizard eyes. Like, why? But also, yes, this is great. I love this guy. This is on this list because it is a technically excellent toy, but it is specifically a favorite of mine. So of course I'm going to put it at number 4. So there you go. Boom.
My number 4 is a G.I. Joe as well, and that is Law and Order. And this was my introduction into articulated animals. And I'm not even doing the articulation justice here for the dog, but it's just awesome. He has removable handcuffs. He's got all kinds of great accessories, and he's just fun. He was one of my favorite Joes as well when I was growing up too. So.
Law and Order. Why aren't you? Did you do the sound effect? Why do we even have sound effects if you're not going to do the Law and Order sound effect?
I forgot to put them back on this soundboard. Damn it!
Oh, Richard, you better add it in post. If I'm watching this video and I don't hear clunk clunk, I'm gonna be pissed.
I've been doing a lot of adjustments to the stream decks, and some sound effects got missed putting back on. So we'll see.
I'm not saying your excuses aren't correct or valid. I'm just giving you shit because it should be the worst sound effects you put on anything is clunk clunk. So I want to hear it.
All right, put it
right here.
Right.
Yeah.
Now.
All right.
Or I'll use it excessively just to piss you off. Tupper's number 3.
Does work. So here's the Viper, the retro Viper that came out. I was excited to get this because I thought this could be a significant upgrade from the old Viper, which I did not love. And boy, was I correct. This is the Viper figure to have, ladies and genders. This is phenomenal work. I am obsessed with this toy. I almost want to get another one because of how good this is. But this is exactly what we want when we want figures in the classified line and when they do retro style toys. This is perfect. So many extra hands, great guns, blasters. The articulation here is top notch, and the vest, because of the change to more of a ball jointed vest, means that you can actually get some deeper poses out of that torso articulation. And that just works wonders for me. Everything else here it's a brand new sculpt. So this is almost all entirely new, except I think for the helmet. And it's really worth it. I love this toy. Thank you for this. This is excellent. Top tier, 10 out of 10 work. If you get this for anything under $40, it's a steal. If you find this for anything under $25, buy 2. It is worth it. This is your army. This is the army builder of the G.I. Joe classified line we've been waiting for. This is it. This is top tier work. I love this. Love this.
I think it's definitely something that if I came across it in the wild, I would definitely pick it up for the right price. I wouldn't spend over $40, like you said. So
yeah, no, under 40 should be what you get it for. Yeah.
My number 3 is the Emerald Twilight Green Lantern. One of the comic cover releases this year. They did 3 of them. They did this, they did the Killing Joke, and they did a Kingdom Come one. They're all great figures. I was a little trepidatious about having like the comic book background at first, but it works extremely well, especially with my light box here. This photo I think turned out probably one of my best out of all of them.
Agreed.
The shading that they've done in this is just phenomenal, and I think it's a figure of a Green Lantern fan. You kind of have to get it.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't have a lot of interest in those comic book styled figures, but I think if you're like Richie, yeah, this is a must get.
So, I feel like this is one you'd make an exception for, though, because it's like the HAL. I feel you would not pose it with the comic. You would just have the HAL up. So.
I would, yes. But in my mind, the HAL that you got me last year, or you contributed to getting for me last year, that's still. So when we started the show, I think it was March or April of this year, like there's a couple things from last year that I was like, oh, I wish we could put it on the list when we talk about our top 10s this year. That Hal Jordan from last year with the gold and the shiny armor and everything is still one of my favorite things on my shelf. I just love him to bits. Yeah. So
I almost did put that on my list until I realized, I'm like, oh wait, that is beyond the parameters of this assignment. So coming in at number 2 for Tupper
is the Saw Viper. Now, for a long time, this was my favorite G.I. Joe classified figure of the year, because when I picked this up in March, or at the end of March, it was all right, I'll give it a shot. We'll see if we like this. It looks pretty cool. I was very lukewarm about it when it came out, because it is fairly different from the design of the original Saw Viper from the 80s. But after taking it out of the package and discovering all of the little joys that come along with this, it couldn't be anything more than number 2 on this list, because everything comes off, everything is removable to a degree. There's so much little details here. There's not enough good things I can say about it. It's just, this is why we collect G.I. Joe classified figures. This is the apex for that sort of thing. Articulation through the roof. Even with that big ass vest, he can still get some really interesting poses. The gun fits perfectly in his hands. It makes sense and it looks good. Love the ammo belt. Love the buzzsaw that is removable, that you can attach and also put in his hand. He comes with a gun that fits in the back of his towards the back on his body. It comes with a knife. The backpack is nice and detailed. There's so many variations you can get out of this. Helmet on, helmet off. The guard for his neck comes off as well. There's just so much to this that surprised and impressed me. That's why it had to get such a high mark and such high praise from me on this. This is still one of my favorite things that was released all year, and I'm surprised more people aren't putting it on lists, but it exceeded my expectations, and they were not low, but it just came out of the gate so hard that I had to put it high up on the list. This is awesome. I love this guy. He's one of my favorite overall classified figures ever, just because it really was such a surprise and such an improvement on a figure that came out in the 80s and can be best described as average. This is exceedingly amazing. Great job to the guys over at Hasbro, the guys and gals and the folks over at Hasbro for making this. Great job they did on this toy.
Now, my number 2 and my number 1 were very, 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 very close. Tupper might be a little disappointed. This came in at my number 2, but it is Budo, and I cheated. I took 2 photos just because I wanted to include the second figure I made out of the Budo, just to emphasize how awesome that is. A Televiper body that I've snapped the extra Budo head on, but this Budo comes, there's only out of everything that's in here, there are only 2 accessories of Budos that are not being used, and that is like the big fur
crest cape,
and then the red ascot thing, or scarf, I guess you would call it, not an ascot, but this figure. And like the Dracula Shredder, which has made me want to get this figure, and this is the figure that started me into the G.I. Joe line. I cannot stress enough how awesome it is, and how awesome that the fact that the tripod moves is, and all the other little G.I. Joe secrets that I've learned. And for this photo, I removed the bun that I didn't know moved until Tupper showed me before. So, which probably won't surprise you that this is Tupper's number 1.
This is such a phenomenal action figure. I've went into great detail last episode about it, so I'm not going to retread on it. Just go back and rewatch that episode if you want to know my thoughts on it. But there could be no other place for this Budo figure than number 1. The accessories,
3 different pictures and 3 very different looks for the figure, and that's still not even like that's just the tip of the iceberg of the possibilities for it.
The variations are literally endless. There's so much you can do here, but just this is action figure perfection. Like this is it. I think this is a lot of people's favorite G.I. Joe classified figure of 2025, but it could be nowhere else but this position. This is top notch, excellent work by Hasbro. Fucking more like this. Like they I don't even know how they decided to go down this road with this toy, but this more like this. This type of thing is the benchmark for all of your deluxe style figures. If you're going to put out a deluxe figure, if you're going to add more to it, this is where it needs to be. If there's not going to be an animal included, this is it. I want so many variations on what I can do with it. I want so many accessories. I want to mix and match. I want to do what I want and create what I want and craft the figure that I want. This is it. This is where it is. So I'm hoping that when they watch these top 10 lists or these best of 2025 lists and see Budo as number one on so many lists, they do more shit like this. Because imagine a Cobra Commander or a Snake Eyes that is, or any other number of figures across any number of lines where you can just mix and match armor pieces or accessories or weapons. This is what they should be doing more of. I hope this is the future. Give us, basically give us more deluxe figures that are like this. I would love to get a Snake Eyes where you can add and take away armor pieces from him. Do that. Do
cool.
more of this, Hasbro. And not only with G.I. Joe, but do it with
Marvel
your
Legends.
other lines. This is honestly, this is what the maximum line should have been, is stuff like this guy where you have so many extra accessories and you can mix and match and the articulation is obviously on point. But this is, to me, maximum G.I. Joe. So your deluxe figures through G.I. Joe are just basically like this. And if they're anything less than this moving forward, they're really not listening to what the fans want. This is it. This is what we want. Give us more of this. We fucking love this. Amazing toy, 10 out of 10. Love it forever. For life.
I also love how he's like, I talked about this last week at great length, so I'm not going to talk about it very much. And then he talks about it for 10 minutes.
I added different things. I didn't talk about the figure of more like where they should go with it. Do more like this.
It's just my job to give you shit.
Well,
now,
you're a
I
bastard.
think it was so close, but my number one, it had to go to the Surf's Up Chucky.
Oh yeah,
it's like it's like, this is just the tip of the iceberg of the accessories. There's a towel. There's tanning lotion, the sunglasses. The thing I love about the sunglasses is in the hairline, there's these little grooved tracks for the sunglasses to fit into so that it stays in there well. And not only that, but when the sunglasses are off, it's not noticeable. So and I think one of the things that elated me the most about this figure when I actually got it in hand, because this is one that I had to get directly from NECA's website. It wasn't available anywhere else, so it was my first venture in buying straight from NECA, which I'll be getting another one sometime next year when the video game Jason comes out, because I did pre-order that. But I thought in the still photos than the production photos that we got, I thought the wave that he was on was just part of that. I was elated to see that there is a wave effect to put the surfboard, and even more so that the surfboard fit well and him being able to balance on it, and it's led into my joy for the Shalabal version of the Silver Surfer and her surfboard effect. And then although I like the Norin Rad one that I got, I have a little bit of disdain because it doesn't have an effect for the surfboard. So my new thing going forward will be no surfboard effect and no surfboard figure for Richie.
Makes sense. It makes sense. So, I mean, there's a lot of great stuff that came out this year. We obviously didn't get everything, and Richie obviously got way more stuff than I did. So it was probably a lot harder for him to put together his top 10 list, I would assume. It was like, oh,
especially
shit, I like this.
I had to be conscious of things that I got this year that weren't released this year as well, because there's a lot of older things that I picked up this year, so...
Yeah, it's true, but I think this was a very good year. I'm excited to get some stuff that was out this year for the holidays and in the new year and take a look at it. There may be, again, as we do this show in 2026, some addendum, some additions or some swap outs for our top 10 list, because again, I do know that there is stuff that I'm going to be getting that came out in 2025, and I want to be like, oh, maybe this was better than XYZ. So we may change this list up a little bit based on stuff that we're going to get in the earlier part of the new year. But there's just some really, really excellent stuff that was released in 2025. There was great choices made. There was disappointing choices made, which we talked about on this podcast. I don't think we need to go through a like extensive what was shitty in 2025, because I think we kind of covered that week to week as we were doing the show and talking about the stuff that we were seeing coming out. But I do specifically want to draw attention to two things that I thought were, one was hilariously bad, and another one makes me very sad in my soul. And the one that was hilariously bad was the Tron HasLab failure. I still think that was super funny. I still think that's just a beautiful, how do you mess this up so bad? Just overall storyline of this is what we do not do when it comes to toys collecting in the day and age that we're in. Just a complete and total failure from a company that has a lot of successes. Yeah. They just really dropped every ball when they were doing the Tron HasLab thing. Just hilarious stuff. I would have loved to have put the Harley Quinn one on this list, but no, that one funded, and we're getting that. So I can't wait to talk about it in 2026. Hopefully that's not a failure. The other small thing that I think is disappointing is all I've been seeing lately, Richie, are Ross discount pricing on some really great toys that they can get at Ross for Less in the United States. And it makes me sad because we do not have the same thing up here in Canada. We don't have a place where discount action figures can go where you can get them for less than their retail pricing. We're really just counting on Amazon sales
like I did on
for
that
stuff.
Spider-Man Morbius. So
yeah, like Toys R Us doesn't have sales, and most of them are closing. I mean, there's going to be like a couple of Toys R Us's left
in Ottawa. The Saint Laurent one is the only one staying in Ottawa, and even at that, I wouldn't be surprised if that's eventually gone.
Yeah, I mean, the pricing at Toys R Us is just outrageous. It's not, there's no discounts there, but Winners and Marshalls here, which are places where you can sometimes see action figures, they don't show up there in any sort of regularity. And there's no other stores where you can get discounted toys. And that's kind of a bummer because I know there's stuff that comes out where Richie and I would love to pick it up, but we're really just counting on sales at EB Games, sales on Amazon.
And there were some great EB Games sales toys this year too. So
yeah, I mean, you can find them, but not at those Ross for Less prices. I mean, again, like $9 for stuff that was $40. I mean, they get some
McFarlane stuff for $9 at EB Games this year, though.
They have those. I was looking at the Gargoyles toys in particular, NECA's Gargoyles stuff, and some of that is appearing at Ross stores for like $15 to $20 US. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh my God, that's depressing to see a $10. I would love.
We can't go to the States now; they're fascists.
I'm not going there to shop. I'm just not going to do it. But it's just so sad to me to think that I could have gotten a bunch of the Goliath, the Gargoyles figures, including Goliath, from Ross for $10 to $15 US, which would have been like $20 Canadian. What a fucking steal that would have been. Yeah. So I'm just really sad that we don't get the good deals on action figures because we don't have stores like Ross for Less in Canada. So please, Winners, Marshalls, HomeSense, pick that shit up, put it on your shelves. I will buy it.
That's true.
I will go in and buy it for $15.
I probably will.
Like, come on,
the one thing I didn't include, and I probably because it was already going to be an oversized episode, but stuff that came out this year, Todd's mods are fucking dumb and look stupid. And I will put pictures up next week, and I will shit all over them. That will come next week. Todd's mods
he did not like that Darkseid figure, and also Baby Joey. Baby Joey figure from Superman was at best bizarre and weird, at worst mildly racist. Yeah. And it's not even racist in the context of the movie. Yeah. So what does that say?
Yeah. So there we have it, folks. It's another Speeding Bullets repackaged. Well, maybe we'll squeeze out another one before the new year. If not, we'll see you in the new year.
I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen, Richie. It's not going to happen. I don't even want to think about it. I'm entering holiday mode this weekend, and that's it. No nothing is happening. It's just going to be candy and Christmas specials and movies. That's it. That's the next 2.5 weeks.
All right. Then I'll have to say, bye, you candy ass.
Damn straight. Love your faces. Thanks for watching our show. See you in January.
All 1,980 members.
For the last time in 2025, Wu-Tang is for the children.
Now, when's that new series of 1984's coming out? Right now! Go!
I'm gonna pick a new one. Yeah, this is the last Wu-Tang one. Last Wu-Tang one. Next year, it'll be a different something that I'm shouting out. I love you, Wu-Tang.